I am back, partners, with another daily update. So if you want to see what sold and what I picked up to resell, stay tuned. Let me set the scene. We hustle hard, second green, living up the dream. From clothes and kicks, we got that vintage flair. You name it, we got it. All the styles you want. Hey friends, it is Stephanie and I am checking in with you guys again. I know 3 times in a week. I am on it. So we're going to go over Wednesday and Thursday's numbers, and I'm going to show you my thrift haul that I picked up from the consignment shop, and I'll even pop some comps in for my haul because it's only like 5 little pieces, so we can get you some details about those items. But I am super excited to get into what sold. We had pretty good days, both days. I mean, not like, it was okay, but I'm excited. So I'm going to do this. So first up was Wednesday, July 24th. And we're going to start with Poshmark because that's just how I write it down. And so first up, we had these Rockport Cobble Hill Nada shoes, size 9. They'd been listed for over a year, since June 18th of 2023, but they sold friends for $27, and after the $5.40 in fees, I was left with $21.60. Would I pick them up again? Yeah, probably. If I was at the bins and I found 2 leather shoes that were a mate, yeah, I'd probably throw them in my bucket. But this time, I would look up Sellthroughrate and how to appropriately price them because I think I had them priced too high. Next up on Poshmark was this North Face Denali jacket, large size black. It had been listed since June 30th, so not very long. So friends, now is the time. In retail, and it's taken me time to learn this as a reseller. In retail, people work a season ahead. So even though it is super hot outside and you're like, I don't want to list winter stuff, fall stuff, people are going to start looking for those things. And so you want your items to already be there for those early birds. So this jacket sold for $21. After the $4.20 in fees, I was left with $16.80. Then on Poshmark, we sold these oldies but goldies. Zara straight leg distress jeans, size 31, and they were a men's. So men's Zara, I probably won't be picking up. I don't know. I probably won't be picking up because I don't think the sell-through rate is good on it. I haven't researched it to know, but I would definitely look it up before I picked it up. I just think those slim fit pants are just kind of hard to move. They had been listed since September 6th of 2022, so well over the 90 days I like to go for. Next up, and that was an example, I started picking up Zara Men because somebody's YouTube channel I watched who has way more followers than me, I don't want to say their name, they said it was a good seller. So don't listen to people like me or other people who have YouTube channels. You've got to do your own research and figure out if something meets the matrix that you want to use. Next up was this Cabby cow neck campfire sweater, size medium. It had been listed since January 30th. It sold for $12 after the $2.95 in fees. I was left with $9.05, and that was in our 50% off Poshmark sale. Next up, we had these Not Your Daughter, and those Zara jeans sold in that sale as well. I bet the North Face did too. The Rockport didn't because they'd already sold when I woke up, but I did send out 50% off offers. Actually, that North Face couldn't have. The Zara, and I think the Cabby, definitely, because I sent out offers to the 300 oldest listings, but that is a little skewed because for a while I used to relist and delist. I don't do that. I stopped doing that like the beginning of June when I realized I was going to do this. So I wanted items to kind of stay in the order, and when you relist and delist, it makes it look like it's newer, and I didn't want that. So some of these might not actually be the oldest, but they got wrapped up in that 300 oldest items, because I now sort by oldest when I do that. Next up, we have these Not Your Daughter jeans, Maryland straight crop, size 4. I love selling Not Your Daughter jeans, or NYDJ as they have rebranded, but the larger sizes do better. They are a slimming pant that has some compression that pulls you up and sucks you in. And so us thicker girls kind of need that. Whereas if you're already a size 2 or 4, you might not need that as much. And so therefore, it's a harder sell on the jean. But these had been listed since January 30th. They sold on Poshmark for $13. After the $2.95 in fees, I was left with $10. Next up, we had 2 sales on eBay. The first up was this Luna Moon embroidered tunic top, blue, size extra large. When I saw it at the bins, it immediately gave me Johnny Was vibes, and I was like, this is it. And so I didn't know how much it would sell for, but I knew that somebody would want it. And actually, I was thinking if it didn't sell by like fall, I would put it in my closet. But it sold. The order total was $26.21. The sales tax was $178. The transaction fee was $364. The shipping label was $443, and my earnings were $16.23. That had been listed since April 24th. And then we had these Brandy dress pants, blue, size 38. So these dress pants had been listed since March 26th of 2022. So a long time. And they finally sold on eBay. The order total was $36.92. The sales tax was $160. The transaction fee was $493. The shipping label was $532. And then my earnings were $23.19. So friends, when I hold on to stuff for 2 years and it finally sells, I'm like, yes, especially if it can sell for within my $15 to $25 benchmark that I'm striving for. So today's Wednesday sales, we had 5 items sell on Poshmark for a total of $62.55. And then on eBay, we had 2 sales for a total of $39.55. And our total was $102.10 for those 7 items, making our average sale price $14.59. Our cost of goods was $6.90. I listed 20 items and I sourced 5 items, which I will show you at the end. We're going to hop over to Thursday, which is July 25th. And we also had 7 sales on Thursday. So starting with Poshmark, we sold this Abercrombie & Finch bodysuit medium. It had been listed since June 30th. Abercrombie is having a moment. I don't know what's going on, but just look up comps and get ready. It sold for $18, and after the $360 in fees, I made $14.40. I will say, when we were looking for a dress for my oldest daughter back in June, one of the places we went to is Abercrombie. And we also went there back in the spring when she was looking for a banquet dress. And they were expensive. Like Abercrombie and Finch, like their items, like dresses were like between like $150 and like $250 for like just I would consider just a nice like funeral dress. Like funeral banquet like dress, nothing too flat, and not about ball gown, but also not like something you'd wear from Urban, like a midi length short sleeve, modest looking, like preppy dress, classic dress in that price range. So they are expensive. So on I think that's why they might be surging on the resale market. Next up was these Anderson leggings. I don't traditionally list kids too much anymore, but Hannah Anderson is one of the ones I pick up to take to the consignment shop. And for well of a sale, those had been listed since November 10th of 23. They sold for $15. After the $3 in fees, I made 12. Next up was this Outdoor Voices tie-dye sweatshirt size large. This is a brand that I don't find very often, and it doesn't move super quick for me, but there is a following for it. It has been listed since May 27th, and it sold for $14. After the $2.95 in fees, I was left with $11.05. Next up was this Chico's Traveler's skirt in a size 4. Now, Chico's does use vanity sizing, which I am becoming more and more familiar with because I started 2 weeks ago doing live auctions with mature brands, and Chico's is one of those brands. And so I've had to be more like drilled in on the sizing. A Chico's 4 is a 2X, and their Traveler's line is great because it is wrinkle resistant pieces. They normally come in like earth tones, neutral colors like black, cream, gray, brown, but they are wrinkle resistant. They can be worn casually or dressed up. Very versatile, jersey knit, super soft, super comfortable, perfect for travel. And so I took an offer on this one for $10. It had been listed since, I don't have how long it's been listed. Sorry. It sold for $2.95 and I made $7.05 on that. Then moving on to eBay, we had 3 sales. And the first was this Columbia Windbreaker blue size 4X. It was a men's 4X, and when I picked it up, I knew it was I inspected it. It was in good condition, and big and tall just tends to move. Just like plus size for women, for me, big and tall will move. It had been listed since July 3rd, and it sold for, the order total was $25.93. The transaction fee was $3.60. The shipping label was $5.93, and my earnings were $16.40. Then we had, also on eBay, this Roxy Tequila Z Beach Baja Poncho hoodie. Whenever I see these friends, no matter the brand, I pick them up because they do flip rather quickly. This one was a size large and had pastel stripe color wave print, but the order total was $27.53. The transaction fee was $3.80. The shipping label was $5.93, and my earnings were $17.80. That had also been listed since July 6th. And then finally, I have started a series called Sell Through Sunday, which I just have done one show where I showed you the haul. And now I've had my first sale from that haul that I posted on Sunday. It was this J. McLaughlin 3/4 sleeve knit top size extra large, and it had been listed only 3 days. And since July 22nd, the order total was $31.34. The sales tax was $102. The transaction fee was $4.34. The shipping label was $5.32, and my earnings were $21.26. So that will be the featured on my Sell Through Sunday show. We'll kind of deep dive into J. Jill, that item, and sizing to find out what the sell-through rate is, what items sell best for that brand, and what you should be looking for, what to pay up for, and what to pass on. So Thursday's numbers. Poshmark, we had 4 sales for a total of $44.50. eBay, we had 3 sales for a total of $33.90. The total was $78.40, and our average sale price was $7.84. Our cost of goods was $9. We listed 20 and we sourced 8. So I am going to jump into my 2 hauls from from Wednesday and Thursday. And be sure to let me know in the comments what your favorite item is in the haul. And if you prefer the Consignment Shop Haul or the Thrift Store Haul. So that's up next. Okay, friends, so I'm just going to do the Consignment Shop Haul because I forgot that I filmed a Thrift With Me haul at the Goodwill with these other things, this other haul, so you get to see that in a different video. But I have done extensive research on these 5 items to share with you guys. So first we're going to start out with these Kate Spade. These are called the Bridget Pump, and they are metallic silver. These are 6.5 and made in Italy. On eBay, the smallest size listed is an 8. They have an 8, a 9, and a 10 in this silver. That is the smallest size. On Poshmark, there are no no Bridget pumps listed. Oh, you know what? There might be. I checked, sold's not available. So there might be some available. And so the Sellthroughrate, according to eBay, I was unable to kind of get a feel because there are 4 listed, but 0 have sold in the last 90 days. Which kind of makes sense because this to me is more of like a holiday, New Year's Eve with the silver color pump. Maybe even like a more career pump. So, but looking at what's listed, I'm saying somewhere between 45 and 60. Since it appears I have like a smaller size there's no more duplicates, I'll probably start at 60 and hope to get between like 45 and 60 because, I'll make room for offers. So that was the first thing. And then I spent a lot of time researching this one. So this is a Danish brand, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, but here's the tag. And so they do 2 lines a year. One set of, so it's all this like minimalist vibe, and it's made out of organic or repurposed sustainable fabrics. And this is their long line cardigan. This is a size small. It has snap closures and then it's open at the bottom. So nice and cozy. Unfortunately, I could not really find any good US comps on this exact sweater. And the comps were really crazy. Like some of them were like at $400 and $500, worldwide, when you look worldwide, which then you kind of have to do the conversion of money. And that was a little bit too much of a rabbit hole for me. So I am going to start this I'm going to list this for 60, just because, and wait for the right buyer, just because it is so classic. And this is like a sustainable brand, and this is a nice statement piece, and it's in really good condition. And I would be happy with 60. And that way, if someone who's willing to pay like $400 for it sees it for 60, it should sell quickly. Next up, this is this brand, Me Plus M, and this is called the Meadow Floral Print Dress. It has smock sleeves, and it's like a fit and flare. This is a belt, a waist belt. I just have it around the top of the hanger. It's knee length. I'll pop in some stock photos of it. But the comps for this one, one sold on eBay within the last month for $102 to a European buyer. And so I'm going with that. We're going to try to get in 75 at the low end. And that was on an offer. So I'll probably start like 130 to 75 is kind of my price point for this. And this one is a US size 6. The one that sold on eBay was like a 10, so those are bigger sizes. Now the other two pieces are more bread and butter that I still wanted to kind of look up some information for you. Even though I pick these up all the time, I did some diving into the numbers. So Talbot's plus size, like I always pick up, and these were only $1, so that's, you know, easy peasy. But this is the Heritage. I'm very familiar with the Chatham, which is more of an ankle length, and it can be more casual. But this Heritage, this looks to be an ankle length too. It has elastic in the back and a zipper hook and eye. And Talbot's in general is more expensive, is an expensive brand, especially for the mall. So what I found out about the Heritage, and I drilled down to brand for this one and then size. I didn't do color because when I did color, the navy blue, there were only like 4 and none of them had sold. So I just backed out and did Talbot's Heritage pant size 18. And on eBay, there are currently 107 listed in this pant and 33 have sold in the last 90 days, which means it only has a 31% sell-through rate, which is lower than some of the other Talbot brands. So maybe this Heritage is a brand that is on its way out. And the comps fall between 20 and 25. So I would not pay up more than $1 for these. Like I'd still pick these up at the bins because even though I like to go for a 50% sell-through rate, in these larger sizes, they will sell. And I just might have to sit on it a little longer. So next up are these Chico's Travelers. And if you remember from earlier in the video, I sold a Chico's Traveler skirt that was a 4X. These are a pant that is a 4X. And that Chico's material, it's like that. The Traveler's material is this jersey knit, super soft, has great stretch. It's going to hold its shape, can be worn casually, but can also be dressed up. Packs well, travels well is like the whole theme behind it. And these pieces can be, I mean, I think everything's expensive retail, but are a pretty penny retail. I mean, you could pay upwards of $90 for these pants or more in the Chico store. And so when I looked up specifically 4X Chico's Travelers pants, the comps were between 16 and 26. So not a large money getter, but the sell-through rate is at 55%. They are currently 71 listed and 39 have sold in the past 90 days. So I liked my odds on a 50% or higher sell-through rate. I typically have no problem moving items for that price range in that time. So I would pick these up. I think I have like maybe $2 into these, like $150 or something. And so excellent return on investment there. So that is my haul for this video, and I'll bring you the details on those items in my Thrift With Me video later on this week. If you like my daily or semi-daily accountability check-ins, give me a thumbs up, share my videos on your socials, and leave a comment down below to engage with the video so we can find more reseller besties and accountability partners. Until next time, thank you guys so much for joining me and supporting this channel, and I will see you in the next one.
Now we all watch the empire rise, flipping churches, catching eyes, no surprise, we the prize. We got the deals that make you feel like royalty, 3 queens.